All right. Okay. So right before our quiz, just a little bit of review. So we're going to go over how to graph a line quick, and so how to solve if you want to graph. First off, it's nice to have graph paper. So if you don't have graph paper, this might not be the best solution for you. But you're going to start off y equals mx plus b. I'm going to start off at 3, and that is my y. 3. All right, so not my x3, but my y3. So I'm going to start off at 3. And then it says negative 1/4. Well, I can put the negative on top or I can put it on the bottom, but not both. If I put negatives on both, that means it's a positive. Only on one. I'm going to put the negative up on top. So I'm going to go negative 1. That's your rise. You're going to go down 1 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I got my other point. Okay, so that's down 1, right 4. Okay, and then I will just connect those like so, and I've got myself an equation. All right, now the next one starts at 4. And so I'm going to start on the y 4. And this one I'm going to also make negative 1/4, and I'm going to go down 1 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you can see anything that's going on here, you are probably saying, hey, these aren't going to ever touch. And remember, systems of equations is when will these touch? And these will never touch. These are never, ever, ever gonna get together. All right, solution. All right, so no solution on that one. I know I misspelled it. Okay, so you can try graphing the other, but where they cross is the solution. All right, those are what we call parallel. Next, here's where it gets fun. Now, I know it says solve system by substitution. You can cross that off. You can solve any way you want, any way. All right, so solve any way on this quiz and you're good to go. All right, so with this, I'm kind of analyzing it. I'm looking at what I got here, and I notice right away I got y equals. And if I got a variable by itself, all alone, I probably want to do substitution. Notice over here I have y equals again, or it could be maybe x equals, right? As long as you have one of the variables by itself, substitution is ready to go. All right, I'm going to take that and I'm going to insert it all into this y up here. I'm going to pause it and just show you what that's going to look like. Okay, so I have taken this, I've put it into my y up top. So next thing I'm going to sit and distribute that 2. So I'm going to have negative x plus 6x minus 40 equals negative 5. Just look at it. You see, I distributed that negative 2 to both, and I got those values. And I'm going to combine my x's. That gives me 5x minus 40 equals a negative 5. All right, so now it's just algebra. I'm going to start rocking it out. I'm going to go plus 40 on both sides. And I have 5x equals, was that 35? So x is going to equal 7. And if you're not okay with that last move, you need to be okay. All right, if you've gotten this far in math 4 and do not know to divide by 5 on both sides, then you are already lost. All right, now that I have, now that I already have that as 7, I can come back up here and say, all right, I'm going to take x. I know x is 7, and let's plug it. I'm going to plug it into that x. It doesn't matter which one. This one's obviously the nicest. So it's going to be y equals negative 3, but it's going to be 7 in place of x plus 20. Like I said, I could have plugged into the other one, but this is way nicer. That's going to give me negative 21 plus 20 which gives me -1. So y is -1. Remember, don't just solve for x. We want to solve for both variables. Okay, that's how you do substitution. You do the same thing down here. You just take that and plug it right in, distribute that 2 out. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do an elimination problem. Oh, all right, elimination problem. Right down here. Oh, wait, hold on. Ooh, this looks like substitution again. Notice I got y all by itself. That's really nice to just substitute in. All right, elimination. Here we go. Over here, there are no variables by themselves. My x's and my y's are all on the same side, so I'm thinking let's eliminate this thing. Now, I could have the x's match up, but I think 45, I'd have to turn them both into 45s because 5 and 9 only goes into 45. However, my y's, I see if I could turn this 5 into a 10 easily and cancel out. So how do I turn that 5 into a positive 10? Well, I take this whole top and multiply by 2. So if I multiply that whole top by 2, I'm going to get negative 10x. And you know what? I'm going to pause it and write it out. So I'll save you some time. Okay, so I distributed that 2. I get negative 10x plus 10y equals negative 10. Now, if I combine these by adding, negative 10 and positive 10 cancel out. Now be careful, if you have negative 10 and negative 10, you can't add them together. That would be negative 20, right? In that case, you might want to subtract. I always try to make sure they're opposite signs so they can be added. 9 and negative 10 is a negative 1x. And that's going to equal, I believe, 6. So I want to get x all by itself, so I need to get rid of that negative 1. So I'm going to divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. And I get x equals negative 6. All right. Now that I know x is negative 6, I can come up here and plug into any of these, do a little bit of algebra. All right, let's do this in pink. Let's take this. Oh, I'm going to plug it in right there. All right, so I've got negative 5 times negative 6 plus 5y equals a negative 5. All right, so I plug that into x. That's going to give me 30 plus 5y equals negative 5. And I'm going to minus 30 minus 30. And I get 5y equals a negative 35. And divide by 5, divide by 5. And I get y equals a negative 7. Done as dinner. So x is negative 6, y is negative 7. That's the crossing point. Okay, that's how you do elimination. Now, I'm just going to take a look at one other. I'm not going to do the whole thing. But you could eliminate these two by making them 60s. I could make this by 6, this by 10, and that would be 60. But I see, this is negative 4, this is a 1. I could multiply this whole thing down here by a 4, and then I don't have to touch the top. So that would be 24x. And 4 times y is a positive 4y equals, what's that going to be? 52, negative 52, I believe. Okay, and that is that equation. Now I can rewrite the one right above it, which is just, I'm just going to rewrite this 10x, undo, 10x minus 4y equals negative 16. I just rewrote that one that was above it. And now if I combine them, that positive 4x and the negative 4x are gone. And I have 34x equals a negative 68. which we all know x would equal then -2. Okay. And then you can plug in -2 into one of these. I don't care. Okay. All right. So that's how you do elimination. I wanted to do one more story problem here, 2 as well. Oh, this right here, I see I could multiply this by 2, right? Because that'll turn that into a -4, and then that would cancel. Ooh, that looks like that's going to cancel too. Woo-hoo-hoo! Guarantee you this is going to be infinite or no solution. All right. Too much fun. Too much fun. We got 4 minutes left. All right, let's write an equation. Nora Chai and Ali are selling pies for a school fundraiser. Customers can buy blueberry pies and lemon meringue pies. By the way, you do not need to solve these. You just need to write an equation. He sold 10 blueberry pies, so 10 B's. And 2 lemons. I'm going to call them 2 L's. For a total of 66 bucks. There's one equation. Leah sold 3 B's, plus 4 lemon meringue for a total of $64. Find the total cost. All right, now you don't need to find the total cost. Those are your 2 equations. You're done. All right, let's move on to the next. Mr. Sheevy bought 13 posters. That sounds like a total. That is a total. I'm going to go 13. The silk posters cost 8, and the paper posters cost 5 for a total of 95. Oh, I got another total. This one's a little tougher, and I put 2 on here like this. So this is money, and this is posters. All right. All right. I'm just going to label it up. All right. So this one's done here dealing with money. So I'm going to say, all right, $8 for a silk one. Ooh, got to have the silk. Plus $5 for the paper ones. And that should total 95. Now, what about the one up here? 13 posters. Well, what will equal 13 posters? Well, if I take my silk posters plus my paper posters, those should give me 13 posters, period. All right. And that is it. Okay, that is how I deal with that. Okay, 13 is a total. I'm just taking my silk plus my paper. Should add up to 13. Should we do one more? Let's do one more. Let's go. I think 11 is easy. Let's go back and do 12. The school just bought 50 new computers. That's a total. 50. Some laptops cost $300 each. Some were $700 each. School paid $30,700. That's another total. This once again is dealing with money down here. And this deals with computers, comms. All right, I got 1 minute left. I can see if I can do this. So the money, I know 300 for a laptop. So I'm going to go 300 L's plus 700 for a desktop. I'm going to go D's. That should give me all that. So however many laptops I have plus how many desktops, 700, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, this one, those comms, how many computers? Well, would you agree that my laptops plus my desktops should equal 50? Total. Boom. Done. Yeah. I think we can do, we got 1 minute? Yeah, you guys try 11. All right, if you don't, you can pause the screen. I'm going to show you all the answers to all the questions. Pause the screen whenever you need to. All right, number 2, if you were to graph that puppy out, it should cross right down here, which is at -4, -4. 3 and 4 are your answers there. 5 and 6. 7 and 8, no solution, I told you. And then here are the answers We already know the answers to those two. Let's do the answer to number 11. All right. See you guys. Peace.